Everyone, thank you for joining me today. And today I will talk about some basic scripting and also combined with previously we talked about some Canvas, UI Canvas button stuff. And today we are going to create a little interactive small game. Okay, so let's start. So this is what you are going to make. So let's take a look. Okay, so when doing the play mode, we need to hit this play button. Okay, so in this game, pretty much when we press up, you see, this is going up. When we press right, this is going right. When we press left, yeah, the cube is going left. And when we click original, the cube go back to the original position. Okay, so let's start. Yeah. Thank you for joining me today. And today I'm going to talk about scripting C# in Unity. So how to create a script and start coding and create your interactive script inside Unity. So first, if you went to our previous tutorials or went to our previous workshop, you can see like I remember the first tutorial, first workshop, I taught about Visual Studio or Writer, right? You can download the free version, which is download Visual Studio, or also you can download Writer, which is paid version. So yeah, those two will be kind of like the common environment for people to code inside Unity. So yeah, make sure you download either one to start your script. Okay, so first one, remember to create a project or a scene. Then, so you can start editing some scripts inside your new project or your new scene. Usually I would like to create a script folder and to collect all the scripts, but I mean, everyone has different way of organizing things. Okay, so the second one will be right click and you can create a C# script from the drop down, and then remember to name your script, and your script name and its class need to match, which means the script's name and the class of the script need to be the same. Number 3, open the script file and start editing your script. Okay, so remember, if you want to learn more about coding, you can go to Unity scripting section, right? Go to the URL, and get more documentations from Unity. And yeah, this site is really, really helpful if you want to learn more about how to code. Okay, so let's start learning what's inside. Once you open your Unity, right, and you create a project, create a scene, then you can start creating your first script. Once you kind of name your script, you will open like the brand new one. This is the default, like without implementing any code. This is the default. So on top, you will see using. What does using mean? Using means that you are going to use those libraries, right? So using means that imports the libraries that the scripts will be using. Since I am using Writer as my, the environment that I'm going to code, the thing about Writer is that there are so many good, hints for me to just, apply it. And also, if I use any libraries, it will go, the full color. But if I didn't use a certain line of code, then it will go gray. So that's why I think it's very convenient for me. But you can also use Visual Studio. I think in Visual Studio, whether it won't detect whether you use that or not, or if there's any function or any variable being used inside the script. I think only Writer has kind of like this function, which I find is very useful. Okay, so for example, like using Unity engine, it means that from Unity engine, this library, right, we are going to use inside the script. So pretty much it's like that. And each script contains one class, right? So public class, basic scripts. This name called basic scripts, this name will be the same as the name of the file. So it means, yeah, so those two need to be the same. And one script has one class, right? So it's very interesting to see like, the way that the script kind of lay out. So the first one is importing what types of library you want to import. Yeah, so the second part will be the class. So you see public. Public means that it can be accessed by other script or by other class. So later on, we will talk about how to access other class. So this class can contain a lot of method variables, right? And then sometimes, if you are constructing a larger, game or interactive AR/VR project, pretty much you need to kind of construct a lot of script for each, script to get access. But sometimes you want to make it private, right? Private means that it's limited. You cannot access to the script. Usually it's used for something that is, something that you don't want people to use or access, more for something for default definition of the game that you don't want to change. So you use private, so it can be easier for you to control. So yeah, but right now the default is public class, right? So this is a class. So class means every script contains a class that is named after the script. Yeah, so it's very easy, right? So a public class, and our class name is basic scripts. And and we are getting it from modern behavior. Then we have curly brackets, right? Everything inside this section will be under this class. All the code in between the opening bracket and closing bracket is part of this class. So yeah, and inside default, there are two methods. One is start, another one is update. And you can see, two backslash. For the start is code before the first frame update. So if you want to have start, right, usually we kind of get the component, we kind of want to kind of call something, right, but not really start acting, right, but we want to kind of gather some information. We usually do start. It's like at the beginning when the first frame being code, right, we want to kind of set up, prepare all the elements for the start. And update means that this will be code once per frame. So for example, it's like animation or motion. If you want to make things move, right, or things continuing to update, then update is a good method. So yeah, and then by default, a script contains two methods inside the class: start and update. And you can add more, right? But start and update are two that normally we will use, so that's why it's default. Okay, so your first line of code, you can pretty much code anything you want, right? So we want to put everything in star. So usually we do debug.log. Debug.log, and you have parenthesis, and inside you can put any messages and it will get print. So so this is a really good debug, good way of finding what's wrong, which part is wrong, right? So you need to keep tracking and make sure the function is being called. Okay, so if you create a script, you can attach to cube, or you can tag to like the hierarchy, the scene, inside the scene, or you can attach to the inspector. So you can put in those three ways. You just drag, and at the end it's all in inspector, so it's all the same. Okay, console. Next to your project, there's a console tab. If you use default layout of Unity, right? And then console, you can see if you type that code, use debug.log. Once you hit the play button, you will see, like I type some string. Hi, I got a boba and popcorn chicken for lunch today. Okay, so I just wrote my day, and then you can write whatever you want. Okay, so feel free to test it out, and later on I will give you a short demo showing you how to start building up your debug.log. Okay, C# variable types. First is integer, right? Integer means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you have any integer, remember when you create a variable, you need to put int, right? Float, you can, float means that there's decimals. Like, for example, 3.4, right? Decimal. 5.0, right? But usually float, we put an F at the end, right? And Boolean means true or false, right? For example, like, is the lights on? If you put a Boolean in the front of that variable, it means that actually that variable has true or false content inside. And string holds the entire words or sentences, as long as you have two, the quotation. So that's string. Okay, so let's take a look. Public, if we put a public in the front, it means that we allows it can use anywhere inside the class, right? And also public means that it can be accessed from other scripts. So if you put outside of, just like if you put global, right? Because under the global, it will be each method. And if you have any integer inside each method, then it becomes local, right? Local means that it's only within that method, right? But global, it means that any method inside this class can be used. And if you put public, it means that other script, other class can get your int or your variable, right? And also, if you put public, you can go to inspector and you can modify the property. Okay, so yeah, so thank you for watching the presentation, and feel free to join X-Rally membership. Yeah, and then now I'm going to give you a short demo, real-time demo. Okay, so that's okay. So let's take a look. So yeah, so right now, let's start with the basic coding. Okay, so this is the one that I just showed you, right? The basic scripts. So pretty much I use debug, right? .log. Hi, I got a boba. Yeah, so this is kind of like the one that I show you. But you can also start with yours, right? Maybe we can have, you create whatever name you want, right? Let's start with another thing, right? Okay, so let's start with empty scene. So first, what I would do is I will definitely create a plane, right? First, create a plane, and I remember I set it up to A, right? Okay, so you create a plane, and then we want a cube, right? Okay, let's create a cube. Yeah, we need to kind of make it higher up. So yeah, and we create materials. If you want to create your new materials, click right click, right, first, and then let's go to material. You can change the color to, I don't know, pink. Yeah. You go to, oh, wait, here, right? Go to pink, right? Okay, and maybe change the name. Pink. Okay, so pink. Maybe this is pink and this is blue. Yeah, all you need to do is to drag and drop, right? Here, you go to albedo and change it. You can even change it, I don't know, green. Kind of weird color. It's fine. I think blue is good. Okay. I kind of want this to be yellow. I think yellow is cool. Cool. Okay, cool. So this is plain, and this is cute. Okay, so this is great. Okay, so what I wanna show you is how to create a little scene inside it. And if you want to see the, you know, the execution, you can see, wow, it's here, right? So yeah, so this is kind of our scene. Scene is the one which you can edit, and the game is the one you can play, or, you know, actual interactive. Okay, so this is kind of the simple way of creating or you know, interacting inside a scene. Okay, so that's create something C# script, basic script, or I don't know, basic. Okay, basic. Okay, so the name is basic. When you change your name, your class changes, because, you know, those two need to match, right? This and this need to match, or there will be error. Once there's one bug, you know, bug, it will be here, right? Anything besides, you know, something red. Okay, so let me show you what's bug. If you kind of delete this one, okay, bug comes up. Yeah. I think it should be bug, right? Probably need to save it. And play it. Oh, I see. I need to attach. For example, I attach to this. Yeah, the script class cannot be found, right? Something wrong. So because the name and this is different. So yeah, so something is wrong. So if you kind of change to this, right? And then you, yeah, because all the script, if you want to make it work, it should be somewhere inside the scene with attached to, somehow attached to any game object here. Okay, so basic script. Okay. Okay, so let's do it. Maybe let's debug. Yeah, you can type anything, right? You can type, hi, I am sleepy. Yeah, right now it's pretty late, I'm sleepy. Okay, so type this and save it. Remember to save it, right? Click. And you need to see the console, right? Console. Hi, I'm sleepy. Okay, great. It's working. Okay. Or if you want to do something, right, debug the log. You want to have, for example, like we just talk about integer, right? Integer, how to access, create integer, right? I don't know, you can put public integer, right? Number 1, right? You can put this, right? And then maybe you can assign it, right? You can assign it to 7, right? It's integer, so it's fine. Okay, so you can, what's this? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, so if I put this to here, if it is string, you need to add those, the quotation mark. But if it is not a string, right, it's an integer, you don't need to put anything. Okay, so it's supposed to put 7, right? You can see there will be a 7 here. 7, right? You see 7. It means that the number is here, right? So you see this, right? And this go back, this is 7, so it puts 7, right? So yeah, you can start testing things out. So public string, yeah, we can have like string, my day. Usually variable we use like, yeah, the lowercase. It's called camel case. The first one is small, the second one is cat. Okay, so my day, happy Friday. Okay, happy Friday, right? So if we do the